Hey everyone, welcome to Mind Garage. Today we're talking cars and more specifically the beating heart of every car, the engine. It's a complex world out there under the hood with V8s, V6s, weird flat things and even electric motors all vying for space in your driveway. So today we're going to break down some of the most popular engine types, what makes each one unique and the pros and cons of each. We'll cover everything from the raw power of a V8 to the efficiency of a V6, the unique quirks of a flat engine, and of course the silent revolution of electric motors. By the end of this video, you'll be able to talk shop with the best of them, whether you're at a car meet, browsing for your next ride, or just want to win an argument in the comments section. Oh, and speaking of comments, if you've got any questions about engines or anything else automotive, be sure to drop them below. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our future deep dives into the world of cars. Alright, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of specific engine layouts, we've got to start with the basics. And when it comes to car engines, it all begins with the internal combustion engine, or ICE for short. Now, the ICE engine has been around for well over a century and it's the workhorse of the automotive world. It all starts with a simple concept, controlled explosions. We're talking about a mix of air and fuel igniting inside a closed cylinder, and that explosion pushes a piston which in turn rotates a crankshaft. And that rotation, my friends, is what ultimately powers the wheels and gets you moving. One of the earliest and most iconic examples of an ICE engine was found in the Ford Model T, which used a four-cylinder engine to bring affordable transportation to the masses. Now, the Model T's engine might seem incredibly basic by today's standards, but it laid the groundwork for everything that came after. Over the years, the ICE engine has evolved tremendously, with advancements in fuel injection, variable valve timing, and turbochargers, all designed to squeeze every last ounce of power and efficiency from this tried and true technology. But despite all the advancements, the basic principle remains the same: controlled explosions create rotational force, and that force propels your car forward. It's a beautifully simple yet remarkably powerful concept. Now, within the world of ICE engines, there are countless variations, but today we're focusing on some of the most common layouts: V6, V8, and the unique flat engine. Each of these layouts has its own set of advantages and disadvantages, which we'll dive into in the following chapters. Alright, so we're going to kick things off with a bit of an oddball. The flat engine, also known as a boxer engine or horizontally opposed engine. Now, unlike your typical V-shaped engines where the cylinders are arranged in a V formation, the cylinders in a flat engine are, well, flat. They sit horizontally with pistons opposing each other, kind of like a boxer throwing punches, hence the nickname. Now, you might be wondering, why go through the trouble of laying the cylinders flat? Well, there are actually some pretty significant advantages to this design. First and foremost is balance. Because the pistons are moving in opposite directions, they naturally cancel out each other's vibrations. This results in an incredibly smooth running engine, which is why car makers like Porsche and Subaru have championed the flat engine design for decades. And speaking of Porsche, arguably the most iconic car to ever use a flat engine is the legendary Porsche 911. The 911's engine is mounted in the rear, which, combined with the low center of gravity provided by the flat engine, gives the car its renowned handling characteristics. Now, flat engines aren't without their drawbacks. They can be more complex to package and maintain due to their wider design, and they generally produce less low-end torque compared to their V-shaped counterparts. But for enthusiasts who prioritize a smooth engine and exceptional handling, the flat engine is a compelling choice. It's a testament to the engineering ingenuity that goes into car engines and how a unique layout can drastically impact a car's character and performance. All right, let's move on to a real crowd pleaser, the V6 engine. Now, as you might have guessed, the V6 has its cylinders arranged in a V shape, with 3 cylinders on each side. This layout offers a good balance between the compactness of a 4-cylinder engine and the power potential of a larger V8. V6 engines are incredibly versatile and can be found in a wide range of vehicles, from family sedans to sports cars. They're known for their smooth power delivery and decent fuel efficiency, making them a great all-around choice for many drivers. One of the coolest examples of a V6 engine has to be the VR38 Diet, found in the Nissan GT-R, also known as Godzilla. This twin-turbocharged beast of an engine can churn out some serious horsepower, proving that V6s can be just as potent as their V8 counterparts, especially with a little forced induction magic. Now, V6 engines do have their limitations. They generally don't have the same raw power as a V8, and they can sometimes suffer from vibrations at higher RPMs due to their inherent design. But for everyday driving, the V6 engine strikes a great balance between power, efficiency, and refinement. Plus, with advancements in turbocharging technology, V6 engines are becoming increasingly powerful, blurring the lines between them and their larger V8 siblings. Okay, time to talk about the engine that needs no introduction, the one that gets your heart racing with its rumble, the legendary V8. As you can probably guess, the V8 has 8 cylinders arranged in a V-shape, usually with a 90-degree angle between the cylinder banks. This configuration allows for larger displacement, which translates to more power and torque. In other words, V8s are all about delivering that satisfying, raw and neck-snapping acceleration. They're the go-to choice for muscle cars, sports cars and trucks that need to tow heavy loads. When you think of iconic American muscle cars, you think V8. The Ford Mustang, the Chevrolet Camaro, the Dodge Challenger. These legendary names have all been synonymous with V8 power for decades, but it's not just about raw power. V8s are also known for their smooth, linear power delivery and their distinctive exhaust note, which, let's be honest, is music to any car enthusiast's ears. Now, of course, V8s aren't perfect. They tend to be thirstier than their smaller counterparts, and with the increasing focus on fuel efficiency, they're becoming less common in everyday vehicles. But for sheer driving excitement and that undeniable V8 rumble, nothing else comes close. There's just something about a V8 engine that gets your blood pumping. It's a symbol of power, performance, and automotive passion. And as long as there are gearheads out there who crave that visceral driving experience, the V8 engine will continue to hold a special place in automotive history. Alright, so far we've been talking about engines that rely on controlled explosions to generate power. But now let's shift gears and talk about the future of automotive propulsion electric engines. Unlike internal combustion engines, which burn fuel to create power, electric engines use electricity stored in batteries to turn an electric motor, which then drives the wheels. This means no explosions, no exhaust fumes, and significantly quieter operation. Electric cars have been gaining popularity rapidly in recent years, and for good reason. They offer instant torque, meaning lightning-fast acceleration, and they're incredibly efficient, with some models boasting ranges of over 300 miles on a single charge. One of the most well-known electric car manufacturers is, of course, Tesla, with their Model S sedan leading the charge in terms of performance and technology. But traditional automakers are catching up quickly, with electric vehicles becoming increasingly common across all segments. Now, electric cars aren't without their challenges. Charging infrastructure is still developing in many areas, and battery technology, while improving rapidly, still has limitations in terms of range and charging time. But the advantages of electric engines, from their environmental friendliness to their performance potential, are hard to ignore. As battery technology continues to evolve and charging infrastructure improves, electric engines are poised to become the dominant form of automotive propulsion in the coming years. It's a paradigm shift in the automotive world, and it's exciting to see how electric engines will shape the future of transportation. So there you have it, a quick rundown of some of the most common and fascinating car engine types out there. From the raw power of a V8 to the silent efficiency of an electric motor, each engine type offers its own unique blend of performance, efficiency, and character. We hope you learned something new today and maybe even sparked a little bit of that automotive passion within you. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Mind Garage for more deep dives into the world of cars, technology, and everything in between. And be sure to let us know in the comments which engine type you find the most fascinating and why. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep that engine running.